Hello, everybody. Today I'm going to read a book. It's called I'll Miss You, Mr. Hooper, based on the Sesame Street television script by Norman Stiles, illustrated by Joe Matthew. Here we go. One day, not too long ago, Big Bird decided to draw pictures of all his grown-up friends. When he had finished it, he could hardly wait to give the pictures to his friends. Big Bird set off to find them. He was walking backward down the street with his head between his legs when Gordon saw him. Gordon laughed. "Big Bird, why are you walking like that?" he asked. "I'm walking like this because..." Big Bird stopped it to think. "Just because," he said. He couldn't think of a better answer. Then Big Bird told Gordon that he had something to give him and his other grown-up friends. "They're all in the yard. I'll go with you," said Gordon. He wondered that Big Bird had for them. "Hi, everyone," said Big Bird when he saw his friends. "I have something for you." Then he gave a picture to each of his friends. "Hey, this is great," said David when he saw his picture. "Let's see yours, Susan." They all liked the pictures that Big Bird had drawn of them, and they thanked him. Big Bird felt proud and happy. But he still had one picture left. "Where's Mr. Hooper?" he asked. All of his friends stopped looking at their pictures. Suddenly, it got very quiet. "I want to give Mr. Hooper his picture. Is he in his store?" asked Big Bird. Louis sighed and gently said, "No, Big Bird. Mr. Hooper is not in his store." "Well, do you know where he is?" asked Big Bird. Maria and Bob whispered something to each other. Then Maria said very softly, "Don't you remember, Big Bird? Mr. Hooper died. He's dead." Big Bird thought for a second. "Oh yes, now I remembered. Well, okay, I'll give him his picture when he gets back," he said. Susan shook her head sadly. "But Big Bird, Mr. Hooper won't be back. When people die, they don't come back," she gently told him. Big Bird looked at surprised. "Never? They never come back?" he asked. Never, Big Bird," said Louis softly. "But he has to come back," said Big Bird, stopping his foot. "Who's going to take care of his store? Who's going to make me birdseed milkshakes and tell stories?" And Big Bird's voice trailed it off. He looked worried. David tried to make Big Bird feel better. "I'll take care of the store and make you birdseed milkshakes," he said. "And everyone here will tell you stories. We'll make sure you're okay." But Big Bird didn't feel any better. "It won't be the same without Mr. Hooper," he said. "I feel angry and sad all at the same time." Bob agreed. "We all feel like that. It makes us feel sad and angry too. But we can be glad we had the chance to be with him and know him and love him when he was there," said Bob. That's right, said Olivia. We won't have Mr. Hooper here anymore, but we'll always have our memories of him. That made Big Bird smile a little. Yes, he said. That's how I drew his picture from memory. Big Bird got a dreamy look in his eyes. I'm going to keep on remembering Mr. Hooper as much as I want, he said. I'm going to remember him reading me stories and how he'd shake his finger at me when I'd call him Mr. Looper instead of Mr. Hooper. I'll never forget the time he showed me how to flip birdseed pancakes, or when I woke up in the night from a scary nightmare and Mr. Hooper held me tight until I felt better. I remember when I tried to teach him how to roller skate. That was really fun. Then Big Bird looked at very sad again. I don't understand, he said. Everything was fine the way it was. Why does it have to be this way? Give me one good reason. Gordon smiled sadly. It has to be this way, Big Bird, he said. Because? Just because? Big Bird asked. Just because. Gordon said he couldn't think of a better answer. So Big Bird took the picture he had drawn of Mr. Hooper and hung it on the wall next to his nest. Then he looked at the picture, took a deep breath, and said softly, I'll miss you, Mr. Hooper. The end.